Have you ever wondered why someone can have a perfectly reasonable blood pressure reading during a routine checkup at 2 in the afternoon, yet still experience a devastating heart attack or stroke before they've even had their morning coffee? It's a scenario that seems counterintuitive at first, almost illogical. If the numbers are good during the day, shouldn't the risk be low around the clock? This paradox has puzzled patients and clinicians for decades, but cardiologists and researchers have dedicated years of painstaking study to unravel this mystery. What they've uncovered is a narrative that is both fascinating and profoundly important, one that shifts our entire perspective on cardiovascular health from the waking hours to the quiet, often overlooked realm of sleep. The crucial truth is this: your heart is not a simple, steady pump that operates at a constant, unchanging rate. It is a highly responsive organ that adapts to your body's ever-changing needs. However, some of the most critical hours for your cardiovascular system, the hours that can determine your long-term health trajectory, happen while you are completely unaware, lost in the depths of slumber. This is why staying with me until the end of this video could completely change the way you think about your evening routine and the health of your future self. We'll delve deep into the science of why nighttime truly matters, explore the remarkable foods that can naturally support healthy circulation while you sleep, and reveal a series of simple, evidence-based habits that may help your body do exactly what it was exquisitely designed to do every single night. For decades, the standard of care has been a simple, linear approach to blood pressure management. Most people focus almost exclusively on the single number they see on the screen during a doctor's appointment, or the first reading they take on their home monitor in the morning before the day's chaos begins. If that reading is high, the medical advice is typically straightforward and well-intentioned. Reduce sodium intake, increase physical activity, lose weight if necessary, and take your prescribed medication exactly as directed. These are all undeniably important and life-saving recommendations. They form the bedrock of cardiovascular risk reduction. However, this daytime focus, while necessary, doesn't tell the whole story. It's akin to judging the health of an entire financial portfolio by looking at a single day's stock performance. The snapshot is helpful, but it misses the trends, the volatility, and the critical movements that occur outside of business hours. In reality, blood pressure is a dynamic, ever-fluctuating physiological variable. It isn't static. It is a river, not a lake. It naturally ebbs and flows in response to a multitude of factors. It rises when you are active, climbing as you climb a flight of stairs or carry in the groceries. It responds to stress, spiking in the moment of an unexpected announcement or a traffic jam. It adjusts during exercise, increasing to deliver oxygen to working muscles. And, crucially, it should naturally settle down, descending into a state of profound calm when your body transitions into the deep, restorative stages of sleep. This overnight slowdown isn't just a pleasant side effect of a good night's rest. It is one of the body's most critical and non-negotiable recovery processes. This nightly dip, known medically as nocturnal dipping, is a sign of a healthy, responsive cardiovascular system. To understand this better, consider a powerful analogy. Think of your heart and blood vessels as the engine and the intricate road network of a high-performance sports car. If you drove that car non-stop at high speed every hour of every day, without ever pulling over for maintenance, oil changes, or allowing the engine to cool down, the wear and tear would be catastrophic. Components would overheat, the engine would seize, and its lifespan would be dramatically shortened. Your cardiovascular system works in a remarkably similar way. It demands regular periods of rest and repair to function optimally. During healthy sleep, your heart rate slows, your breathing becomes more regular, and your blood vessels, your body's road network, relax and dilate, allowing blood to flow with less resistance. This relaxation is facilitated by the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and digest system, which takes over from the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system that dominates our waking hours. The body's focus shifts from the external demands of the day to the vital internal tasks of repair, cellular cleanup, and hormonal regulation. These quiet nighttime hours give your arteries and heart a precious opportunity to recover from the cumulative strain they have endured throughout the day. When this recovery doesn't happen consistently, when blood pressure remains elevated even as you sleep, the strain doesn't just vanish. Instead, it silently accumulates. Like water dripping on a stone, it gradually wears down the delicate endothelial lining of your blood vessels over months and years. This process, known as endothelial dysfunction, is a precursor to atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries. The relentless pressure can cause microscopic tears in the arterial walls, which the body tries to patch with cholesterol and other substances. Over time, these patches harden into plaque, narrowing the arteries and making it easier for a clot to form and cause a heart attack or stroke. This silent, destructive process often occurs without causing any obvious symptoms until it's too late. This is precisely why many leading heart specialists have become increasingly interested in what happens overnight, shifting their focus from looking at isolated daytime readings to studying the circadian rhythm of blood pressure. Two people can walk out of a doctor's office with identical blood pressure measurements, say 130 over 80 millimeters of mercury, and be given the same risk assessment. Yet their future cardiovascular trajectories could be vastly different. One of these individuals might be a normal dipper, whose blood pressure healthily plummets by 10 to 20% during sleep. The other could be a non-dipper, whose blood pressure stays stubbornly elevated. Or even a reverse dipper, whose pressure paradoxically rises during the night. This latter group may feel completely fine, wake up every morning feeling rested, and have absolutely no idea that their heart has been working overtime all night long, quietly suffering the cumulative effects of that persistent pressure. It's a hidden pattern, a silent threat that often goes completely unnoticed unless doctors specifically look for it through a 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure monitor, a small device worn at home that takes readings every 20 to 30 minutes throughout the day and night. So, what determines whether your body successfully enters that healthy overnight recovery mode? The answer isn't a single factor, but rather a complex interplay of several elements, all working in concert. First and foremost, the quality of your sleep itself plays a leading role. Sleep isn't a monolithic state. It's a structured cycle of different stages. Deep, slow-wave sleep is the most restorative phase, during which the body releases growth hormone, repairs tissues, and consolidates memories. Frequent awakenings, sleep apnea, or insufficient sleep disrupt this process, fragmenting the body's ability to enter that deep, restful state where blood pressure naturally dips. Treating conditions like sleep apnea with a CPAP machine can be one of the most powerful interventions for lowering nighttime blood pressure. Physical activity during the day is another crucial player. Regular exercise strengthens the heart muscle, making it a more efficient pump that requires less effort to circulate blood. It also promotes better vascular function and helps regulate the nervous system, making the rest and digest response more effective when it's time to sleep. Managing stress is equally important. Chronic stress keeps the body in a state of high alert, flooding the system with cortisol and adrenaline, which constrict blood vessels and elevate heart rate. Without effective stress management strategies like meditation, deep breathing, or simply enjoying a relaxing hobby, this tension can carry directly into your sleep, sabotaging your body's ability to wind down. Taking medications exactly as prescribed is, of course, non-negotiable and essential whenever your healthcare provider recommends them. For individuals with hypertension, medication is often the cornerstone of treatment, and taking it at the right time, for instance, many doctors now recommend taking certain blood pressure medications at night to better target the nocturnal pressure, is a critical component of a successful management plan. However, there is another factor that many people overlook completely, yet it holds immense power to influence the entire symphony of overnight recovery: the food you choose to eat during the final few hours before bedtime. It's important to be clear, your evening meal isn't a magical spell that can instantly erase a lifetime of poor habits. It doesn't have the power to single-handedly cure high blood pressure overnight. But what it does do is provide the raw materials, the essential building blocks, the vital nutrients your body relies on to carry out its complex overnight maintenance and repair work. Think of it like a construction crew that arrives at a job site every night to repair a historic building. If all the necessary steel, concrete, and high-quality materials are waiting for them in a neat pile, they can work efficiently, reinforcing the structure, fixing the cracks, and finishing all their tasks before the morning rush hour begins. But if critical supplies are missing, or if only cheap, substandard materials are available, the repairs are slower, shoddier, and ultimately less effective. Over time, the building becomes weak and unstable. Your body's cardiovascular system works in much the same way. It relies on a specific toolkit of nutrients to perform its nightly duties. Certain minerals help facilitate the relaxation of blood vessels, improving circulation. Others play a crucial role in maintaining a healthy fluid balance, helping to regulate blood volume. Some vitamins act as antioxidants, quelling the oxidative stress that can damage delicate blood vessel walls. And still other nutrients or compounds help promote the production of calming neurotransmitters that pave the way for a deep, restful sleep. Let's be unequivocal. None of these foods should be viewed as miracle cures. They are not a substitute for medical treatment. A diet rich in these nutrients will not make your blood pressure medication obsolete, nor will it fix a structural issue like a blocked artery. But when consumed regularly as part of a balanced, nutrient-dense diet, they can work synergistically to create a biological environment that powerfully supports your body's natural recovery process night after night. So, what are these vital nutrients, and where can we find them? The blood vessel relaxers: potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These three minerals are like a dream team for your vascular health. They work together to promote vasodilation, the relaxation and widening of blood vessels. Potassium helps counterbalance the effects of sodium, encouraging the kidneys to excrete excess sodium through urine. This reduces fluid retention, which in turn lowers blood volume and pressure on the arterial walls. Excellent sources include bananas, sweet potatoes, leafy greens like Swiss chard, and white beans. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of enzymatic reactions in the body, including those that regulate blood pressure. It helps blood vessels relax and is a natural calming agent for the nervous system, making it a powerful sleep-promoting mineral. Rich sources include pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, and dark chocolate, which, as a bonus, contains flavonols. Calcium, while best known for its role in bone health, is also essential for muscle contraction and relaxation, including the muscles in the walls of your arteries. Good sources include low-fat dairy products, fortified plant milks, and certain leafy greens like kale. The antioxidant shield: flavonoids, nitrates, and omega-3s. These are the cleanup crew that helps protect your blood vessels from the daily assault of oxidative stress. Nitrates from vegetables like beets, arugula, and celery are converted by your body into nitric oxide, NO, a potent molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and expand. This is why beetroot juice has become a popular research-backed supplement for lowering blood pressure. Flavonoids, found in deep-colored berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, are powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and improve the function of the endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, as well as flax seeds and walnuts, are renowned for their anti-inflammatory properties. They can help lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and decrease the risk of dangerous blood clot formation. Including a serving of salmon for dinner is a fantastic way to set your body up for overnight success. The Sleep Concierge: tryptophan, glycine, and GABA. This trio of amino acids and neurotransmitters is your body's natural sleep induction team. Tryptophan, found in turkey, chicken, nuts, and seeds, is the precursor to serotonin, which is then converted into melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. A small snack containing complex carbohydrates, like a slice of whole-grain toast with turkey, can help tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively, promoting relaxation and drowsiness. Glycine, found in bone broth, gelatin, and certain protein-rich foods, has been shown to improve sleep quality by lowering core body temperature and promoting a sense of calm. GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, is the primary inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain. It works by quieting down neural activity, helping to soothe the racing mind and prepare you for sleep. It can be found in fermented foods and certain teas. Understanding the science is one thing. Putting it into practice is another. The goal is not to become obsessive about every gram of nutrient, but to build simple, delicious, and sustainable habits. An ideal evening recovery plate would be a colorful, flavorful combination of these elements. For example, consider a dinner of grilled salmon, omega-3s, vitamin D, served over a bed of sautéed Swiss chard and garlic, potassium, magnesium, nitrates. On the side, you could have a small roasted sweet potato, potassium, complex carbohydrates, and a salad of beets, arugula, and walnuts, nitrates, magnesium, healthy fats. For dessert, a small bowl of fresh berries with a dollop of plain yogurt, flavonoids, calcium, would be a perfect sleep-friendly finish. When you add these foods to your evening meal, you are effectively handing your body a blueprint and all the necessary tools to build a healthier cardiovascular system while you sleep. While the what of your evening meal is crucial, the when and how much are equally important. Eating a large, heavy meal right before bed is not advisable. Your body will be forced to divert energy and blood flow to your digestive system to break down that massive influx of food, competing with the process of winding down for sleep. This can lead to indigestion, discomfort, and restless sleep, effectively negating some of the benefits you're trying to achieve. It can also raise blood pressure simply from the digestive effort itself. The general recommendation is to finish your last substantial meal at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives your digestive system a head start, allowing it to do its primary work while you are still awake and upright. By the time you lie down, the digestive process is in its final stages, and your body can more readily shift its focus to repair and recovery. If you find yourself hungry before bed, a small, light snack, rather than a full meal, is perfectly acceptable and can even be helpful. In fact, a small snack containing protein and a little carbohydrate can be beneficial. Consider options like a small glass of warm milk, tryptophan and calcium, a few whole grain crackers with a slice of turkey or a small piece of cheese, a small banana, potassium and magnesium, with a teaspoon of almond butter, a cup of herbal tea, such as chamomile, which is naturally caffeine-free and has calming properties. Avoid heavy, rich, or highly processed foods close to bedtime. Foods high in saturated fats, refined sugars, and simple carbohydrates can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to nighttime awakenings and poor sleep quality. It's crucial to recognize that a healthy evening meal is just one, albeit powerful, component of a comprehensive approach to nighttime cardiovascular health. Think of it as a key instrument in an orchestra. It must play in harmony with the other sections: sleep hygiene, stress management, and daytime activity to create a beautiful symphony of health. Hydration. Drink enough water throughout the day, but taper off in the late evening to avoid middle-of-the-night trips to the bathroom that disrupt your sleep cycle. Caffeine and alcohol. Both are potent disruptors of sleep. Caffeine, a stimulant, can remain in your system for hours and should be cut off early in the afternoon. While alcohol might initially make you feel drowsy, it fragmentizes sleep architecture, suppressing deep REM sleep and leading to a non-restorative rest. Evening wind-down. Dedicate 30 to 60 minutes before bed to a screen-free, relaxing routine. This could be reading a physical book, taking a warm bath, which helps lower core body temperature afterward, a sleep trigger, light stretching, or practicing mindfulness or meditation. This signals to your brain and body that the day is over, and it's time to transition into recovery mode. Sleep environment. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. Consider using blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine to optimize your environment for deep, uninterrupted sleep. If you take away just one thing from this exploration, let it be this: the protection of your heart is not just a daytime activity. True cardiovascular health is a 24/7 commitment, and its most important phase happens while you are at rest. The silent hours of the night are not a passive pause, but an active, dynamic period of renewal. By ignoring this critical time, we are leaving our body's most important repair work unsupported and incomplete. The journey to a healthier tomorrow starts tonight, with the food on your plate, the thoughts in your mind, and the simple, profound act of giving your body the rest it so deeply deserves.